Hi, Jenny here. Today is Tuesday, August, where are we at? 15th. It's August 15th. Today's my daughter's birthday. Woo, she's 23. Yay, happy birthday, Mandy. I already wished her happy birthday. She's born at 10:15 a.m., so we always wish her happy birthday at 10:15. Very nice. But in any case, so I had my radiation. That's been going well. I think I made a video on Saturday. Yeah. Made a video on Saturday of how the week of radiation had gone and the side effects and how I was feeling and whatever. And Saturday went pretty well. Sunday was a really good day. I had lots of energy, for me. More energy than I've had in like 3 weeks. That was the type of energy I was expecting to have on that extra week off of chemo when they had, bumped me a week before radiation would start. I thought, I'm gonna have, all this energy induced, and I did not. I was still just like, so for whatever reason, Sunday was good. So like I said, I didn't know if the pills would have an accumulation type thing going through my system, if they would build up and I would still be tired on the weekends or not, or what. This weekend, not so much. This weekend I was good. I had energy. So hopefully that'll stay at least for a few more weekends. I keep hearing again and looking at side effects again as you keep going on, you're going to get more tired, more tired, more tired. So we'll see how it goes. Other than that, I've had rectum pain. So I'm due Advil. Well, I do like my Advil every 6 hours. By that 4.5, 5 hour mark, I've been having the pain. I've been holding off though. I've been making it through. Still waiting until that 6 hour mark and I take the Advil and then I'm good for a little while. Last night I took a bath. Took an Epsom salt bath because they said too that they gave me like that sitz bath stuff, which I put in a previous video, with everything. And I know last Tuesday the gal said to you can start taking baths anytime. Yeah. So I didn't know how much that would really help, as in, it's just pain and it's internal. It's not like I'm having the sunburn on the outside or sores or anything, so I didn't know how much that would actually really help. But last night I took a bath, had Wayne nicely ran the bath for me, and I had some Epsom salts in there from my girlfriend Randy. So we put a cup of that in there and put a half a cup of like baking soda in there. And I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to do any boiling water on the stove, because for me, I like my baths hot. I don't like them to last. And usually because the tub is so cold, I don't know if you find this, I find this, the water cools down really quickly. So you get maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and the water's cool. And so usually I boil a pot of water on the stove and I put that in there. And we didn't do that. It was just the hot water, and I tried to stick my foot in and I was like, oh, that's hot. Wayne couldn't believe it. So he put cold water in there and he's running the cold water and running the cold water and running the cold water, and we're swishing it around, and I'm kind of swishing it around. Even in my hand, then it started getting cool on the top, but it was hot on the bottom. So we're swishing it around some more, and then finally it was a good temperature I could get in, and he's like, that's kind of funny. He said, because if you were at your normal state, type of, he goes, this bath water would be cool for you. Like, yeah, well, that's what it is today. Today, this is what's warm enough for me. And after 25 minutes, it was still warm. I told him, it'll probably last about 20 minutes or so, and then usually I take a shower. But I lasted like 25 minutes, and it was still warm. That was good. So that was nice, and then that helped take away pain, too, for a couple hours. So we'll see how often I want to do that. What else? I forgot to ask the doctor today about being cold, if that's one of the side effects or not. Another side effect is really kind of like hair loss. It's not really complete hair loss. It could be. Everybody's different. For me so far, like with the other one, it wasn't complete hair loss, and with this one, I don't think it's supposed to be complete hair loss, but my hair is thinning, and I've mentioned that before. And even Wayne said, she was like, man, I can run my fingers through my hair, and when I pull it out, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. That's not so bad. I only have like 2 or 3 hairs. Sometimes it's like 10. Yeah, so I can do that about 6-7 times, and I'll still have like a handful after handful after handful of hair come out. And so when I was washing my hair last night, I could actually finally feel it, that my hair was a little thinner, but so be it. If it does come out, fall, whatever, how it goes, it'll grow back. So that's okay. What else? I had the radiation today. I saw the doctor today. I wanted to clarify a couple things. So I wanted to clarify about where he was actually radiating. So I made a picture. Cool, I figured I'd actually explain the machine and how radiation goes for me. I'm visual, I like pictures. So see how much you see this. So anyways, we have, this is basically the large colon. So the ascending, the transverse, the descending, and then the rectum. And this is the small intestines in here, and then you've got, what do they have, like the stomach up there, and then the liver is behind there, and whatever. I couldn't find a picture that showed where the stomach was in any of this, so I'm assuming the stomach's behind here a little bit. When they show me the CT scans or the MRIs, it shows like above here a little bit, and then it hangs over. So it's kind of like in that area. And that's why they want me to drink so much, so that my bladder is full, and then it lifts up and out of the way. So I asked again, I'm like, so even though my tumor is here in the rectum, you're not just radiating the rectum? Nope, he says pretty much doing the pelvic area. And then he did show, he goes, I look at these pictures every day. He goes, they do the one scan, which I kind of figured they do the one scan first, and they check where the bladder is, make sure it's out of the way. And then they do the radiation scan. So he showed me the area, and he's like, pretty much the pelvic area. And I asked why, and he said, well, because cells could have strayed and they just didn't see that in the beginning. So they want to make sure they get that whole area. And then there are lymph nodes. There are lymph nodes all over your body. I'm sure you know that. But there are lymph nodes then here in the pelvic area. Depending on the picture you look at. I saw a few. Some of them, they only had like 4 lymph nodes, 2 on either side down here. Some had a few more, and there's more throughout the system. So I know he was concentrating on the 2, with the 4 or whatever that were down there. I think that's it. I think with the the lymph nodes down there, and then that area, and then the final 3 sessions of radiation are just going to be the rectum. And I don't know if it's a higher dosage or not. From what I saw on the chart, that was lower, but it's a stronger dosage, I guess, right? Just the rectum. Trying to take care of that. So I asked him why, when I'm on the table after the one scan goes, where they do kind of check the bladder of, I get some light thing, I told you, like strobe lights flash, and then the table adjusts. The table like moves, just like a And he said that, yeah, they do the best they can when they first line me up with the lasers and all that stuff. And they do that scan. And then with that too, they know exactly where my body is, and they know where it needs to be. And so that little tiny adjustment is just a couple millimeters to make sure that I am in the exact same place every time. So again, he pulled up the CT scan from today, and he said, see, this is from today, and then he brought up the CT scan from setup day. And he overlaid the pictures again, and he was all like, like this, probably, you know. He was kind of like, see how they line up? It's perfect. And so as he was moving things kind of like side, just, you know, whatever, like to kind of show me maybe a little bit this way, a little bit that, it was perfectly lined up. So that's what they want. He goes, that's why we can do this, and why we can do it just like lasers, that they get you in the exact same spot. And then I said to him, so are they also doing the radiation in the exact same spot every day? So it's not like the table's moving, is it like you do it like here one day, and then here one day, and here one day? And he's like, nope, exact same spot every day. Oh, excuse me, here we go again, we're gonna yawn. Oh. All right, so The other thing was hard to explain, and again, I'm visual, so trying to explain it and show you guys or whatever, have you understand what I'm trying to explain. I found a picture of what the machine looks like that I do. And this one is just a little bit dark. I'll put this one, I also found a lighter one, but this one shows the details of some of the parts a little bit easier. So there's a table here that is what I lie on. Head goes here towards the machine. I get a pillow and I get a nice wedge under there. And then I have something under my knees and you can't see, and then where your feet would be, that's where they have my my little foam form or whatever that I get my feet all adjusted in and make sure that that's part of there every day. Don't know what those cords are. Could be for monitors. Like for my room has, like I said, there's 4 monitors up on top, so I do see 2 of them moving around. I did see finally today, this time at the base of my feet, way over on the counter at the end of the room, there was another computer monitor. So that's the one they were looking at when they were adjusting me the first time. But then I could see the scan. I could see my insides. And after they left, even that was still kind of going. That was still gonna. But I'm like, well, I can't really kind of. I'd have to like lift my head to be able. Couldn't really do that. But anyways, so these are the 3 arms that I talked about. So this one's kind of like a flat screen monitor, like about 14 by 14. So you know, obviously thicker than a piece of paper. It's just a couple inches, an inch, maybe an inch in thickness. And then that's, like I said, that it just looks like a computer screen. This one on top reminds me, if you're old enough like me, when computers first came out, and you had this really old yellowish computers. So from what I see, it's kind of like, well, that's what I imagine that the one part looks like. And then, but on the bottom and what goes over me is again another screen. So it's probably again like by 12, 14 inches by 2, 3 inches wide. And then this is the radiation monitor type part. So as you see with the 3 arms are all out. They raise me up on the machine, on the table, and they put me in. But it's all open, so it's nice. So it's not like the MRI machine, you're not all enclosed, it's not claustrophobic, you're still out in the open. Even though these get really close. But like I said, obviously they're not hitting the table I'm laying on, so they're not going to hit me because my arms are all obviously on the inside of the table. But yeah, so with all 3 of these, the machine goes around. I'm trying to think of how it goes around the one time when it does it. I think with all the 3 parts, it goes around this way for one complete rotation, and then it stops, and then they kind of I wait for like a minute. Like I said, so if they're doing whatever other adjustments, looking at the computer, setting up, or saying, you know, be able to say go, and then the strobe light happens. I think it's only once, just one strobe light. In the meantime, I have these 3 lasers shining on me too, which is kind of nice because they're kind of warm. But I have the 3 lasers, and then they're on the whole time. Then the machine does its one scan, like I said, checking for the bladder, make sure it's out of the way. I get the strobe lights, and then the machine goes around, you know, must go around this way. So it checks for my bladder. And then those 2 arms move back. Once that's all done, then these 2 arms kind of move back and out of the way. They're all still attached and all, they're still going to be there moving, but then the machine goes around, then the radiation's going on, the big light on the wall, this is like room in use, like that goes on, and then I hear the bzzz, and then that goes around again all the way once, there's the big ball on that, and then kind of hangs up my butt. Then I kind of usually start counting, I'm like, wait, how long does this take? About 45 seconds. So as it starts moving again, and it comes back around me, and said it's a good, you know, maybe 8 inches from my chest. From my abdomen area, I should say. And it goes back around and hangs out at the bottom. And then it's done. And then I'm done. And then the machine kind of resets itself to go to a certain area. And usually by the time it gets about here, that's where the hallway is, where the nurses come down, and I'm like, oh, the machine kind of goes, I may see some feet or not, but all of a sudden the machine goes, there's a person. So, yeah, so that's what the machine looks like. And it's quick, fast, and easy. I said maybe the 5 minutes total of getting me set up on the machine, getting me to lay down, doing the whole scan part. It's got maybe 5 to 10, so maybe the 5-minute scan and then 10 by the time with the setup, and then getting, when I'm all done, like I said, then I put on my other robe again. That's about it. I asked one of the nurses today, I said, are our appointments, usually this quick? Are most of them like that? And she goes, yeah, pretty much. So depending on, the type of cancer that they're treating and or what the person, the patient and that might require some extra help or stuff like that. So, or sometimes they need an extra dose or something, or in different areas, or so. Good to know. So that was good again. I was to leave there, went to the bathroom, got dressed, talked to the doctor, got to ask my questions. I'd asked about a heating pad because they say some of the things that you're not supposed to do is like be in the sun a lot, go into a sauna, go into a hot tub, use a heating pad, or and reverse like ice packs and something. And so I asked the nurse today before I saw the doctor. I was like, just curious if you know this or if I have to ask the doctor. But one of those things was to not use a heating pad. Now I said I can understand that if you're blistering up, and again, or really had the sunburn, that you maybe don't want to use that. And she said, yeah, she was, for you right now, that's fine. I'm like, I'm cold often. I said, I don't know if that's a side effect of this or not, or the pills or what, but I get cold, and so I have a heating pad on my computer chair, and I have a towel over that. But sometimes I get cold, and I turn that on, and then after a little while, then I get warm, and I turn it off. And she said, that'll be fine for me, but it is just a matter of, if you have like a sunburned skin, you don't want to be putting heat right on there right away, or saying you don't want to put a cold pack on there, because that'll also kind of damage the cells. The sunburn itself has already damaged the cells. And she said too that with my radiation, it's more internal type stuff. And the doctor said something too, it's kind of more like an x-ray. So I looked up about radiation working, because I said, how is this working with radiation? Because again, not doing just the rectum and doing things like, well, they're concentrating on that, and where the radiation hits, it's supposed to kill off those cells. So they want to kill off the cancer cells. So looking online, it was a matter of, they say that somehow it's able to break down the DNA, and so the cancer cells die. It may take a couple days, but the cancer cells will die. Some good cells may get affected too, yes, but they are able to repair themselves and or make new good cells. So that's about it. I've still had enough energy that during the day, usually afterwards, I run some type of an errand. I went to Goodwill yesterday and dropped off a bag of clothes that I had. I went to Target today and picked up a few. Of course, the one item I went for I didn't get. But picked up a few items there, what we needed. Monday I had to return something to Amazon. Friday. I think Friday I did that, actually. I don't know what I did Monday. That was yesterday. I went to Goodwill. Today's only Tuesday. I'm already ahead on Wednesday. One day at a time. So that's it for me for today. Was that Tuesday? We'll see what else comes up during the week. If anything interesting, I'll make another video. I haven't thought of any food stuff to eat. I should do something, because I haven't been eating the best. I need to get more vegetables in my diet and stuff. Picked up a little bit more fruit today, but got to get that eating stuff and planned and eat healthy. So anyways, thank you again for being here and coming along on my journey with me. I hope you are doing well. Thank you again for all the prayers and keeping me in your thoughts and helping me along. Appreciate it. You guys, keep it positive, Go make it a great day. Bye-bye.